In the digital world of today, switching banks, broadband, or even your energy provider is easy and fast.
But moving your pension can take months, sometimes even years. Some providers move your pension digitally in days, while others rely on paper forms and long delays. This isn't fair. PensionBee is calling on the government and regulators to modernise pensions with digital transfers, transparency and a 10-day pension switch guarantee. Do you mind grabbing one of these? Grab a flyer. It's all about switching your pension. It's about switching your pension. You need to read this. It's a really important topic. Can I talk to you about switching your pension?
Sorry.
Have you ever tried to switch your pension? Let's face it, pension transfers aren't always the most riveting conversation starters. So I brought these along to sweeten the deal. Can I interest you in a cupcake? I just want to tell you about our petition. This cupcake is yours if you talk to me about pensions. Want a cupcake? We're talking about pensions. Have you ever tried to transfer a pension or switch a pension?
No, I never tried to transfer or switch.
Yes, I have actually.
I do know people who've wanted to put their pensions in one place.
And it's taken very long.
Yes.
How did you find the process?
Horrendous. I felt like I needed a degree in order to get through the process.
I've worked for 4 different employers now, so I have 4 different pensions. Just wanted to consolidate it into one.
It's just hard to keep up with, especially when you've had like 4 and you're trying to put them into one.
To bring all my pension in one place is very complicated.
Yes.
And it's not easy.
I've switched a bank account myself before. I wouldn't even know how to consolidate or switch a pension.
You're on the phone for an hour waiting for someone, you're then passed from department to department. It feels like a lot of unnecessary hurdles just to prevent you from moving.
I actually have only done half of them because they sent me a load of paperwork and then comes like a long-winded process.
You just think, there's no point, I don't have time for this.
I found it really frustrating. It was almost like organisations were trying to just hold on to the money and not release it when it was my money.
It needs to be easier for young people. Young people, everything they do is on their phone now, and I think millennials, we're so away from it because it's never been accessible to us.
I just guess people think it's frightening and scary and too difficult to get hold of information.
Should pensions come into the digital era?
You'd think so.
I mean, everything's easier digitally these days.
Yeah.
I think it should be much easier.
And how long did the whole process take?
Months. I'd say 3 to 4 months.
Maybe 3-4 months.
It did take weeks, yes, because I think the administrators, there's a lot of form filling involved.
If you can move things that quickly and you can't with pensions, something's wrong.
I don't ever want to do it again. No, definitely not.
Jane is a PensionBee customer, but getting her pension pots moved over was no easy task.
Honestly, it was an absolute nightmare. The first one took 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, which was really disturbing actually, because I just assumed it would be really quick. I was fortunate not to be worried about it because I had other money that I was able to rely on, but if I didn't have that, that would have been a worry. I mean, I'd transferred ISAs before, cash ISAs, really straightforward, and it had gone really simply, and I thought this can't be, it's my money, why can't I just move it?
Absolutely. And what's your approach now with any other pension pots you've got?
Well, I now know the question to ask, which is, do you have digital transfer? But it is the first question to ask, because otherwise you've got to wait. It's almost a completely different process, doing exactly the same thing, which is ridiculous.
Sadly, Jane's situation is not a one-off, and that is precisely why we are here, to fight for all pension customers in the UK.
Are you in support of the government making it easier to switch pensions?
Yeah, definitely.
Would you sign our petition?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
More digital and a quicker process. Would you support that?
I will support that.
So making it more digital in the sense of easier to access. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I'm all in for a 10-day switch period.
So would you mind signing our petition today?
Yeah, sure. I would sign that petition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Petition.
Have you tried?
2 signatures.
You're fighting for me.
Yes.
Give me the paper. Give me the paper.
Where's the paper?
Right, yeah. Come on. Would you do that?
Yeah, I'll sign it.
And you can get a cupcake.
I'll sign it twice for 2.
There we go.
Here we go.
I've already signed that, by the way. That took literally 30 seconds.
Very easy. Piece of cake. A piece of cake.
Join thousands of savers and sign our petition. Together, we can make pension switching simple, fast, and fair.